When 8-year-old Amari Hall was reported missing in November 2021, her disappearance sparked a wave of concern that quickly spread through Gwinnett County, Georgia. Friends, family, and strangers joined forces, distributing flyers, forming search parties, and scouring neighborhoods. The community, united in their mission, refused to believe that a little girl could simply vanish into thin air. But what they couldn't have known was that Amari's disappearance wasn't the mystery it seemed to be. It was something far darker, an unspeakable crime that would leave even seasoned investigators reeling.
Miss Wright, tell me a little bit about Amari.
She was a very vibrant, happy little girl. We loved to play dress up together. When I would go in the kitchen and cook, she would love to come in the kitchen to see what G was cooking so she can help cook.
The story began in the early hours of November 21st, when Amari's mother, Brittany Hall, called 911 to report her daughter missing. Speaking through tears, Brittany claimed that Amari had wandered off from their hotel room in Peachtree Corners during the night. She painted a picture of a family in crisis, temporarily living in a hotel, struggling to make ends meet, and now dealing with the unimaginable fear of a missing child.
I'm talking like last night. Did something happen to her to where she got hurt real bad, and we're coming up with this story to try to get away from that, because we're worried that like if the police find out, they're going to think something else happened and we're going to get in trouble, like something like that.
Her anguish seemed genuine, and the public's sympathy quickly turned into action. Volunteers searched tirelessly, while news outlets aired Amari's picture alongside pleas for information. But as investigators began piecing together the timeline of events, cracks appeared in Brittany's story. The details of her account kept shifting. She couldn't explain why she waited hours to report Amari missing, or why her other children seemed unusually quiet about their sister's disappearance. Suspicion grew, and the focus of the investigation shifted inward, toward Brittany Hall and her live-in partner, Celeste Owens.
If an accident happened, say like she fell, she got upset, she hurt herself or something, maybe she fell down the stairs, maybe she back-talked to you or back-talked to mom or something, and it got physical, or something happened to where she got hurt real bad, and we're just trying to be like, well, we don't know the deal, so we're going to say she ran away because we don't want to get in trouble. If something like that happened, we would want to know about that, because if it was an accident, it was an accident. Okay, did something like that happen?
No.
Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. Celeste, who had been helping raise Amari and her siblings, initially presented herself as a concerned guardian. She answered investigators' questions with a calm demeanor, expressing hope that Amari would be found safe. But behind the facade, a much darker truth lay hidden. Detectives obtained a search warrant for Celeste's phone and uncovered shocking evidence that would blow the case wide open. Videos showed Celeste abusing Amari and her siblings in their home. The footage was brutal and unrelenting, revealing a pattern of systematic torment that no child should ever endure. Further evidence painted an even grimmer picture. Celeste's internet search history included phrases like child discipline methods and how to get rid of a dead body. Investigators discovered text messages between Celeste and Brittany, in which they discussed how to cover up the abuse. It became clear that Amari's disappearance was no accident. It was a calculated effort to conceal a horrifying crime. On November 23rd, just 2 days after the initial 911 call, police made a heartbreaking discovery. Amari's lifeless body was found in a wooded area in DeKalb County, wrapped in a trash bag. The medical examiner's report detailed the extent of her injuries: blunt force trauma to her head, ribs, and torso.
So this is Amari's body. She's in plastic bags. You can see at the waist area, you see another plastic bag that's tied around the waist and involving that second plastic bag. And then the third plastic bag goes from the thigh level down and covers the feet. So she's been placed head to toe in 2 plastic bags, and they've been pulled away from the midsection. So it's a broad, flat surface, absolutely. Abrasion, like you fall and skin your knee, that would be an abrasion, a blunt force injury from the floor as the offending weapon.
These weren't injuries caused by a fall or accident. They were the result of prolonged and deliberate abuse. The revelations sent shockwaves through the community. How could a mother and her partner commit such atrocities against a defenseless child? Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. In the days following the discovery, Brittany and Celeste were arrested and charged. Celeste faced multiple counts, including malice murder, felony murder, aggravated battery, and concealing a death. Brittany, while not directly accused of inflicting the fatal blows, was charged with child cruelty and concealing a death for her alleged role in enabling the abuse. The trial of Celeste Owens in late 2024 was a harrowing ordeal, with the courtroom packed to capacity as prosecutors laid out their case. Jurors watched the disturbing videos of Celeste's abuse, listened to forensic experts describe Amari's injuries in excruciating detail, and heard testimony from witnesses who painted Celeste as a controlling and violent figure. One particularly damning piece of evidence was a message from Celeste to Brittany on the night of Amari's death, instructing her to report the child missing to divert suspicion. Celeste's defense team tried to argue that Brittany was equally responsible, suggesting that she had failed to protect her daughter and had even participated in the abuse. But the jury was unconvinced. The sheer weight of the evidence against Celeste, from the videos to the search history to the autopsy report, was overwhelming. After less than 2 hours of deliberation, the jury returned with a verdict, guilty on all 21 counts. When the judge handed down Celeste's sentence, her words were as chilling as the crime itself. She described Celeste's actions as the most heinous evil she had encountered in her career. Celeste was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 235 years.
The court does hereby sentence you as follows. Count 1, malice murder. You are hereby sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. On the remaining counts in 21, the court does hereby sentence you to consecutive 235 years. So life without parole plus 235 years.
The sentence ensured that she would never see the outside world again. Brittany Hall, meanwhile, awaits her own trial. While her exact role in Amari's death remains a point of contention, prosecutors argue that her failure to act and her alleged participation in the cover-up makes her complicit in the tragedy. Amari Hall's story is a haunting reminder of the darkness that can exist within the very people tasked with protecting the vulnerable. It's a story of a little girl whose light was extinguished far too soon, a community left grappling with grief, and a justice system tasked with delivering accountability. But most of all, it's a story that leaves us asking, how could this happen? And how can we ensure that no child ever suffers the same fate again? Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos.